We've been talking for an hour, we just can't find the end. We won't understand each other. I wonder how it feels to fall asleep and love the one that's next to me. I don't know why I'm stuck around with you. I've been told I should go find myself, but if I fall down the more we keep trying, leaving us with scars. I've been told I should go.
Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, I am Pranita and I post art videos most of the time, but then I also post fun videos here and there. So if you like what you see so far, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and keep on watching. So the other day I put up a poll on Instagram asking my Instagram followers if a Q&A video for YouTube is a good idea, and 90% of you said yes. So I put up a story after that asking you guys to ask me questions, and I have a few questions that I have shortlisted that I would like to answer. And yeah, we'll get started with it. But before we get started with the questions, I just want to say a few of you put in really good compliments instead of questions, and I wanted to address them now because I won't be reading them because I hold them very close to my heart. And yeah, so thank you if you've taken time out to compliment my work or appreciate what I'm doing or anything. For me, little things go a very long way, and I really appreciate everything that you do. And thank you if you've taken the time out to write to me or drop me a DM. It means a lot to me. Okay, let's get started. Now I'm going to go in no particular order. I have the questions on my phone, so I'm going to be reading from here. Okay, so the first question that I'm going to answer is, if there's only one color that you can paint with for the rest of your life, which color would it be? Except for orange. Now, she said that because orange is my favorite color, and thank you, Shamiksha, for asking me this question. So, now that I think about it, I can actually use black if I want to draw silhouettes and monochrome paintings, but I think I am more inclined towards painting the sky, so I would either go with blue or salmon pink. Now, the next question is, when was the first time you realized you were passionate about art? Now, it was not until very recently when I was working at my corporate job. So I was always inclined towards art, yes, but I never thought of it as something that I want to do for a living. I actually graduated from St. Xavier's, if you don't know, and I pursued my graduation in information technology, IT, and I was not at all interested in computers, but that is just something that I chose. And so after I came back from Mumbai, my church offered if I could paint 120 paintings for them as a Mother's Day gift for all the mothers at the church. And when I actually was doing that, and during the process of it, I actually painted, am I using actually a lot? I painted 120 paintings in 15 days, and during that process I realized that this is something that I really enjoy doing and that I can actually do this for a living. And that is when it actually struck me that I am inclined towards art. And by then I had already started working at a corporate job, and the first year at my corporate job was pretty easy, and nothing really struck me about switching my field or anything, because I was really doing good at my job. I had a very good boss, fortunately, and I was surrounded with good people. It was only when it was my second year of working at the corporate job when I happened to take a decision that made me feel a little unmotivated to work at the corporate job. And I think that happened for a very good reason, because that is when I realized that this is something that I cannot do for the rest of my life, and I found my calling. And I think, yes, that is when I realized that I am passionate about art. Okay. The next question is, basketball कब खेलना चालू किया था? तो I think 6th standard में किया था, because हमको 6th के पहले अलाउड नहीं था बास्केटबॉल खेलना कॉलेज स्कूल में. 5th स्टैंडर्ड तक हम वॉलीबॉल की टीम में थे. सो हाँ, 6th स्टैंडर्ड में मैंने स्टार्ट किया था बास्केटबॉल खेलना, और 10th स्टैंडर्ड तक काफ़ी अच्छे से खेला. 12th तक भी खेला. उसके बाद थोड़ा कम हुआ. जब मैं ग्रेजुएशन कर रही थी मुंबई में सेंट जेवियर्स कॉलेज से, तो मैंने फर्स्ट और सेकंड ईयर में ऑडिशन नहीं किया था. वहाँ पे ऑडिशन होते हैं आपको टीम में जाने के लिए, और मैंने 3rd ईयर में जाके ऑडिशन किया बिकॉज इट वाज लाइक द लास्ट चांस. और बहुत अच्छी टीम थी, बहुत अच्छे प्लेयर्स थे जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट और स्टेट लेवल पे भी खेलते हैं, इसलिए मैं थोड़ा हेजिटेट कर रही थी ऑडिशन करना. बट देन मैंने 3rd ईयर में किया और 3rd ईयर में मैंने बास्केटबॉल खेला था. तो उसके बाद अभी तो बहुत रेयरली होता है बिकॉज कोर्ट ही नहीं है. हाँ. The next question that I have is one wish that is still incomplete. I think a lot of things, a lot of wishes are incomplete because even if you have a wish at that particular point, suppose I'm just giving an example, very generic example. In case I have this wish of being able to complete 100 paintings in a week, and if I see myself nearing that goal, I will already start having another goal which would be painting 150 paintings a week. So I feel a lot of things in life are still incomplete. I haven't achieved a lot yet. I'm still a kid, I'm still 23 and I'm still learning a lot of things. But yeah, there's a lot of things like I haven't traveled around the world, I haven't bought my own house. There are a lot of things that I haven't completed yet. Okay, the next question is, what time do you wake up in the morning to work out? Now this is actually a taunt from my brother because I ask him to wake me up but I don't wake up. There was a point in my life where I used to hit the gym at 5 a.m. in the morning and everything was great. But as I was at my corporate job, the work got really hectic and I barely got time for myself, and I chose to sleep extra rather than stressing myself out more. And that is when I actually deviated from working out in the morning, but I think it was for the good. For now, if I skip my workout in the morning, I do it in the evening. So routine is not strictly for mornings. I do keep it flexible, and although I am a morning person and I love waking up in the morning, I think it just makes me feel like I have more time to get things done. Yeah, it makes me feel very energetic throughout the day. So I love waking up in the morning, but right now I am keeping it very flexible to working out in the morning or in the evenings. Okay, the next question is, please give us a tutorial on being this cute. I think you'll have to go to my father because I think that's where I get it from. The next question is, what's your favorite pastime other than painting? So I do a lot of things, but I think my favorite ones would be, one, journaling. I really like journaling. It just clears out a lot of thoughts that I have in my mind. And the second thing would be turning on loud music and just dancing my heart out. Okay, the next question is very interesting. It says, that one time you got caught doing something and you thought, this is it, I'm dead. So there are a lot of incidents like that, but nothing that I could mention here on YouTube. But this one particular thing that I remember is when I was in Mumbai pursuing my graduation, I used to travel by train because in Mumbai you take the locals always. So this one day my railway pass had expired and I was too late to buy a ticket. So I chose to go without a ticket. Now I went to college and no TC caught me. Usually there are not many TCs. So when I was going back home from college, I was hoping there wouldn't be a TC in the train. And I got on the train and I was sitting right beside the door. So there are 4 seats. I was sitting right beside the door, and as soon as I got on the train and the next station a TC walks in and she comes straight at me. She came straight at me and she asked all of us, the 4 seats, to show her our tickets, and I was just pretending to remove something from my bag. Everyone started showing her one by one, and that is when I was shit scared and I thought, this is it. She'll have to drag me down and then make me sit in that office for 3-4 hours, take a fine and blah blah. So at that point I was very scared because one, I was very new to Mumbai and I didn't know how things work. I didn't know that it was easy to get out and just apologize and things work like that. But because it was my first year and I was very new, I was shit scared. I was like, this is it, I'm dead. But luckily for me, the girl next to me didn't have a ticket as well, and the TC caught her first. And she had to get down at the next station, so she took that girl down and I was saved. The next question is the one that I've already answered, but I'm just going to read it. What you thought you were going to be when you were a kid. Also, I love you. I love you too, Rutuja. And thank you for asking me this question. So I did answer this in one of my videos. I did the how well do they know me challenge, and I did answer this question over there. So in case you haven't watched that, I'll put the link in the description, but I'll also answer it for you over here. I answered a bunch of questions in that video, so in case you're interested, do check it out. And to answer the question, I wanted to be a cop for the longest time in my life. I was very fascinated by cops and I wanted to be one. The next question is, have you ever tried impersonating Bob Ross while painting? And the answer is no, I did not. And for anyone who doesn't know Bob Ross, he's an American painter who was also the host of this show called The Joy of Painting. And I haven't actually watched any of his videos, so I don't know, but I think I haven't. But in case you feel like I have, so it must be that we are a little similar, but nothing on that line. When can we watch El Clasico together? Hala Madrid. Now I would have read that as Haha Madrid, but after the last El Clasico, I think the jokes would be on me. I prefer watching the matches at home with my brother. That's how I like it. But we can watch it on La Liga's official Facebook page live together. What always sounds like a good idea at the time but rarely is, one would be cutting my hair short. It always sounds like a good idea in my head but never really is. I am already regretting it. Second thing is being a Punekar, you cannot ignore a misal pav. The idea of giving in when my friends offer to have misal pav seems like a good idea but never really is. I don't fancy misal pav a lot, and yeah, I'm not very fond of it. We've reached to the last question of the Q&A, and it says, do you get nightmares? If yes, what's the scariest one yet? Yes, I do get nightmares. 4 out of 5 dreams are nightmares. And there was one point in my life where my nightmares my nightmares were very intense and dark, and that was very recently, so I'm not going to address one of those because otherwise this video is going to get really dark. But one nightmare that I very distinctly remember was when I was a kid, and my best friend back then, she and I was sitting down in the building and there was no power. Basically there was a power cut and it was 8:30 in the night. And very recently before that incident, there had been a robbery in our building. So we were very scared at that point. We were very small. I think I was in the 5th-ish grade and my friend was in the 7th grade. And I was just sharing my nightmare with her, which was she and I both got kidnapped and we were taken very far away in a truck and then tied up in a room. Now when I was sharing this with her, she actually interrupted me so many times and she was continuing the story. So basically she and I had the same dream. This is why I remember this so distinctly. And the funny part of this is that when we were tied, the door was left open and it was very dark. Somehow we untied our hands and we were fleeing from there, and both she and I had this habit of banging our feet very loudly while getting down the stairs, and we did it for fun when we were kids, and we had that habit. That also acted as a signal for us that if she would run down like that, I would know that I am supposed to go down. That we just did that thing when we were little, and we didn't realize, but when we were fleeing from there, we actually made a lot of noise when we were getting down the stairs, and we stopped and we started laughing about it and we got caught again. And yeah, that was scary at that point, and then it turned out to be funny, but somehow we got back home. So yes, that was one of my nightmares. Those were all the questions that you guys had asked me. I hope that I've done justice to the questions, and yes, that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you like this video. In case you want me to do more such one-on-one talking videos, then let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate it. With everything that's going on in my house, I don't really have a quiet place to shoot, and which is why when a friend suggested that I should shoot outdoors, also the person behind the camera, I hopped onto the idea because I think it's really cool to sit down outside in the nature and talk to you guys. Yeah, so that was it. If you do like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. If you have any more questions, put them in the comments and I'll answer them over there, or I'll make another video if there are a lot of questions, which I am down for. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.